I almost quit trading, and here's why I'm glad I did not. I was born into a family where both my parents, they are stock investors. And then eventually I went to university to pursue a degree in banking and finance, where I learned how to evaluate stocks, currencies, derivatives, futures, options. But also at the end of the year, I represented my university to compete in a nationwide trading championship where traders from all around Singapore in all the universities, polytechnics compete for the top 3 prizes, and I managed to get number 1 in the whole entire nation in the trading championship. And then after that, I went on to rank number 2 in this Asia-based competition called Forex Ball, and then also number 10 in an FX Street trading contest with 3,000 traders from over 30 countries. Now you might look at this and then feel like definitely the whole journey has been easy. Definitely not. What people don't see, okay, is that when I was 19, 20, first live trading account, $100, blew it within 3 days. And then I opened another account. I thought maybe it's just bad luck, okay. Then what happened was that when I lost another trade again, I went directly back in. When there's no trading signal, I just went straight back in because I want to recoup back all my losses. So it's like revenge trading. And then in the end, I end up losing more because even that trade, I lost money. Then in my next account, I tried a different strategy, which is also quite stupid. Whenever the price, okay, let's say I enter here. Whenever the price goes down, goes near to my stop loss, I would drag it down so that the price doesn't hit my stop loss. When I'm supposed to risk this amount, I end up risking this amount. So the price goes down for sure to my new stop loss level, then I drag it further down. So it's like down and down and down and down. Then the price keeps going down. I'm like, I don't have a lot of capital, you know. So eventually I got margin call, trade closed by my broker. That's it. Lost the money again. And then also at the side, I was reading a lot of trading books. Then I'm thinking to myself, how come I'm reading all these books and yet I'm not making any money? Like I'm putting in all this work, still not making any money. That time I was still in my first 6 months of being a new trader, beginner trader. Then at that point in time on social media, there's this one dude, I forgot his name, but he's like, Forex bought me this mansion. Okay, I don't really care whether he's legit or not, but it made me inspired in a way, even though I shouldn't be. So I was comparing myself to other traders on social media, and they make it look so easy. How come they can do it, then I can't? Is it because I'm stupid? So it's a lot of self-doubts. Then I start to think, maybe trading is not for me, maybe it is not my thing. Even though my parents, they are stock investors, maybe they have that gene, it didn't pass down to me. So it's a lot of negative thoughts and negative self-talk. On my third account, I would take profits really fast because I want a high win rate. Then I would have this bragging rights to tell my mentor, to my trader friends, hey, I got 20 straight wins. Then all of a sudden, everybody in the community was like, oh, Karen got 20 straight wins so fast. It's because I take such small profit. It's very easy to get 20 straight wins. Just take a little bit of profit, take, then you have 20 straight wins. Like I told you just now, my stop loss is super wide because I keep dragging it down. Then it's like on a 21st trade, I think 30th trade, where my price did not hit my TP target. Guess what? That one loss wiped out all the 30 past straight wins. So it's like I worked so hard to accumulate these small little profits for the past 2 months, and now it's just all gone like that with one stupid trade. And also when I was in my first 6 months, I would always open a lot of trades, okay? Probably because I was bored. So it's like a lot of open trades in one currency. You see like open trade this morning, open trade this afternoon, open trade in the late afternoon, the open trade at night. It's like I'm making a lot of low quality trades rather than picking one good high quality trade, which I'm doing right now, So it's like all of these struggles that I went through that make me want to quit. It's like no matter how hard I try, nothing's gonna change. And guess what? That is part of the process. And yes, back then I did quit for around 3 months. And I can tell you that the pain of regret is so much more painful than the pain of failure. Because when I quit for like 3 months, you think quitting would remove the pain, right? Every day there will be this voice in my head, so why did you quit? What if you kept going? Are you that soft? Okay, my self-talk is not very kind to myself, okay? Sometimes I'm not kind to myself. So it's like this voice lingering in my head every single day. Like, what if, okay? You also wasted the effort and time that you put in. Like the 3 years you put in studying, the nights, days where you spend time backtesting, all that is gone. You miss out on future profits, opportunities. Like next time when there's a recession, which is one of the easiest time to invest and trade, you are going to lose that opportunity too. More millionaires come out of a recession than during normal times. You're going to miss out on that too. When you quit trading, you realize one thing also. You're also going to quit in other things when things get hard. When this is what you really want. When you pursue other things like sports, in your work, you encounter a little bit of challenges, same thing, you're going to quit. But with that said, if you don't like trading, it's not your passion, quit, okay? Quit. But if you really like it, and you quit trading, quit investing, because of the setbacks, your self-image changes. And I realize when I persevere in trading in one field, I will also tend to persevere in other fields. Where does this perseverance actually came from? Because if you follow my social media, you know that I'm a competitive swimmer too. Last week, I just represented Singapore in swimming. If you really followed my past 1 year, the vlogs, it was hell. It was hell. Because I wanted to qualify for this international swim meet to represent Singapore, okay? I was putting all the money, the effort, the training, the cuts, bruises, the sore body and all that, the time away from trading, investing. And I was getting no results. Zero results. In fact, my swimming times increased instead of decreased. I tried 10 times to qualify for this international meet and I failed 10 times for the past 1 year. It was hell, pain, a lot of disappointments, a lot of crying, a lot of just wanting to quit. In fact, I quit for 3 months. For 3 months last year, a lot of people don't see it. I just be like, that's it. I didn't qualify. Maybe I'm not made for this. If you watch the previous vlog, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I'll just focus on trading, investing. Just focus on financial markets. Yeah, blessing in disguise, good. Even though deep down, I know this is what I want. So the regret kept lingering. Even as I make trading videos, that little voice in my head be like, you are a quitter, you just quit swimming, you just quit qualifying. And then eventually I managed to qualify for this international meet almost in the last minute, where I have only 1% of perseverance in me left. I was tired, discouraged, wrecked, mentally, physically, but I still kept going. Anybody can keep going when things are good, when they're feeling good, right? When things are going well, but it takes a real champion to keep going. When they cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel, when nobody cares, when nobody understands them, you've put in all the work and nothing seems to change. Real champions keep going. If I were to quit last month, right before this international meet, I would have regretted the rest of my life. As long as you improve by 1% every single day, you're way ahead of a lot of people who quit. Because so many traders, they don't post it on social media, they've quit. They've quit a long time ago. But you're still hustling, still reading, still backtesting, still going despite being tired, discouraged. You're a champion. Oftentimes I realize in life, when you're closest to quitting, that's when everything will fall into place. Even though it doesn't work out now, but within 1 year, 2 years, you put in the work, patience, discipline consistently, eventually the universe is going to give you cool things, bring you people to help you get to where you need to go. Personally, I spent thousands, $60,000 to learn about financial markets. And along the way, there were great mentors, great people who came to help me in the most unexpected ways. Focus on it every single day. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I don't know how, but eventually I'm going to make it. The thing about law of attraction is that you don't need to know how you're going to achieve it, because the universe is gonna give you the answer. It's gonna bring you the answer eventually. All you need to know is what do you want. That's all you need to do. Took me 3-4 years before I become a profitable trader, before I gotten results from trading. Also because back then I was balancing competitive swimming and also full-time studying, a full university course workload. But also, if you read this book by Mark Minervini, US investing champion, guess how long did it take him for him to become profitable? 6 years. And you are quit after 6 months of getting no results. What if Mark quit on the 5th year? The average trader takes 3 years and I'm on year 5 and I'm still not making money. Maybe this is not for me. He could have said that, right? If he would quit, there would be no stories to inspire people. He wouldn't become the US investing champion. If you want this book, by the way, I'll put it in the description, okay? And also when you don't quit, okay, you would have a story that you can tell your friends, family to inspire them. And also, here's a mindset shift, okay? The harder it is, the sweeter the success. Of course, ideally, nobody wants challenges, setbacks, right? Losing money and all that. But then, like, in a way, when things are too easy, the success wouldn't be so sweet. You know? Like, if I become profitable on day 1, then it will be like, okay, that was interesting, and then I wouldn't have any stories to tell people about. Because the moment I press buy, I just make money. So it's like nothing much to learn about, nothing much to show to people. And then the success, the money is not that satisfying. So it's like a lot of times challenges, setbacks, they are here to make your journey more fruitful. They are just lessons in disguise. Yes, be discouraged all you want, take a break all you want, but eventually you come back. You're gonna come back to it because you are closer than you think. Okay, so with that, I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.